Israel Adesanya failed to regain the UFC middleweight title as he suffered a brutal submission loss to rival Dricus Du Plessis. The Last Stylebender returned from a near-year-long lay-off early this morning in the main event of UFC 305 in Perth, Australia. Awaiting the fan favorite in his comeback fight was bitter rival Du Plessis, whom he's had bad blood with ever since the South African doubled down on his controversial Real African Champion comments of 2020. Adesanya was overcome with emotion after their penultimate face-off at the pre-fight press conference earlier this week. He kept them in check to produce a vintage performance against DDP Down Under. But the Nigerian-born New Zealander succumbed to a fourth-round rear naked choke, which ended his bid to become a three-time ruler of the 185 pounds division. After banking his first title defense, Du Plessis said, "I came in here to die for this belt and I came in here to take a life. Luckily tonight, we didn't have to do either of those things. But here I am. And still champion, baby." Adesanya immediately took the center of the octagon and utilized several feints and stance switches as he worked his way in. Du Plessis looked to draw from the leg kick well early doors, but the former champion was wise to them and landed a hard inside one of his own just after the minute mark. DDP wasn't his usual aggressive and blitz-heavy self, which was a clear testament to his respect for Adesanya's counter-striking ability. Du Plessis tried to change tack just before the 3-minute mark with a sloppy takedown after engaging in the pocket. Best free bet sign-up offers for UK bookmakers, but Adesanya defended masterfully and returned fire with a hard body kick a few moments later. Adesanya found a home for a nice 1-2 with a minute and a half of the round remaining and punctuated it with a hard right hand to the body. Adesanya opened up round 2 with a hard calf kick and began mixing up body kicks. Du Plessis brought the fight down to the mat just before the minute mark after beautifully timing an entry from Adesanya. Adesanya defended well but was eventually dragged to the canvas before being flattened out. He showed remarkable composure to defend the ensuing submission attempts and eventually worked his way back to his feet. But he found himself back on the canvas after DDP capitalized on a slip. Adesanya eventually managed to work his way back to his feet but was unable to shake the champion off him until the horn. Staying long and picking his shots was the name of the game for Adesanya in round 3, with the former champion mixing in beautiful hooks to the body. A beautiful spinning elbow from Adesanya drew a huge reaction from the crowd. But he was briefly rocked a few moments later and went into retreat mode after getting caught with a left hook. Du Plessis' liver continued to take a pounding from body shots, teeps and switch kicks in the fourth. But he reminded Adesanya that he was in the midst of a dog fight with a big left hook with 2 minutes remaining. Adesanya paused briefly and appeared to be hurt. Du Plessis sensed blood and landed a series of right hooks as Adesanya retreated. Du Plessis used the opportunity to secure a takedown and immediately took the back. And he cinched in a rear naked choke in the transition to register his first title defense. A crestfallen Adesanya said of the fight, "I already knew he was going to be tough. So it wasn't a surprise. But I was quite strong in there. I felt strong and able to resist his takedowns. I just made a stupid mistake on the ground and he adjusted to the gable grip and then got me." As disappointed as he was with his performance, Adesanya made sure to give DDP his flowers. He said, "I didn't do what I wanted to do tonight and I'm disappointed in myself. But at the same time, I'm proud because this is the best I've ever felt, this is the best I've ever looked. And I just had the better man on the night, I'll give him respect for that." The Real African Champion hatchet appeared to be buried by the pair as they embraced inside the cage.